My name is Phil Bowers. I'm the Director of Marketing here for Grandstream. I am joined in the chat by our Director of Support for APAC and North America, Hugh Wynn. And we've got a super exciting topic here for you today. This is something that we traditionally do maybe 2 or 3 times a year, where we hold this webinar and give you an idea of what's coming in the next, we'll say here for today, 6 to 8 months. More specifically, probably the first half of next year. But like I said, we like to do these webinars a couple of times a year, give you guys an idea of what we're working on, what's in development, what you're going to see launching here soon. Especially as the year comes to an end, we know that it's a busy time. Everybody's planning for next year. So we want to give you guys an idea of what's to come, what we're working on, some really exciting stuff. I think a couple of keywords that got a lot of you to attend here today. So yeah, we'll basically here today, we'll go through a variety of products, new products. Some of these are still in development, others are towards the end of development. To give you an idea of what's coming, I will say that we're not really gonna answer too many questions here today. Like I mentioned, Hugh is in the chat, can help address any kind of basic or simple questions you have. But just because like I mentioned, a lot of these products are still in the final stages of development, we're going to wait until they are closer to launch to kind of give you more details and a lot of the in-depth tech specs that you might be interested in. We're going to kind of cover everything from a pretty high level here today. So if you do have any basic questions, feel free to type them over to Hugh in the chat, but we won't be really addressing anything all that in depth via questions here today. So without further ado, let's get started. A lot of people here today, a lot of interest in this topic. To be honest with all of you, this is, I think, one of, if not the most registration that we've ever gotten for a webinar, which is amazing to see the interest, especially as the holidays are upon us, New Year, Christmas, et cetera, et cetera. So before we get started, thank everybody for taking time out of your schedule. This very busy time of the year, especially as a lot of everybody is preparing to take some time off here at the end of the year. So want to thank you for joining us. So like I mentioned, we'll get you in and out fast, and let's get going. This is our first half of 2025 sneak peek. So let's jump right into it. The first thing that we're going to cover here today is frankly something that many of you have been asking for a while. This is something that we are extremely excited to launch. This is software UCM. Software UCM, as you can probably tell based on its name, is a software-based IP PBX from Grandstream. It takes the UCM platform that all of you know and are used to so well, a platform that's become one of the leading IP PBX platforms in the world, especially within the small to medium-sized business space. We are taking that UCM platform, and over the last year or so, we launched cloud version of it, and now we're launching software version of it. This will be a Linux-based software. I'll give you a couple of more details on the next screen. And this product will be launching for beta in January. So just about a month from now. The first month or so, the January announcement will be an open beta test. So anybody will be able to download software or ECM, to use it for free, to test it out for the first month or so during that beta period. So anybody, there's no application process, anybody can download it. And we are, as some of you may have participated in previous beta tests with us, we are more than open to any feedback that you might have during that testing process. And we'll have a whole forum set up for you to be able to provide that information to us. But again, more on a basic level, this is the first software-based PBX that we're coming out with, taking the UCM platform that we've built for over 10 years now originally, and also offered on on-premise PBX last year, we launched that platform as a cloud option with CloudUCM. Now we have it as a software option with software UCM. So software UCM will support up to 5,000 users and up to 750 concurrent calls. There will be a variety of plans available. You'll be able to, pick the amount of users and the amount of concurrent calls that you need and get pricing based off of that. It will be an annual pricing model. This software UCM will support all SIP endpoints and the Wave app, although as you're probably used to with our other UCM platforms, there'll obviously be a variety of zero config and automatic provisioning built in for our own devices. However, it will support all SIP endpoints. And then the Wave app, which if you've utilized it or if you're familiar with it with our other UCM platforms, the Wave app allows you to take our UCM and communicate and collaborate with it on basically any device. There's an Android app, there's an iOS app, there's a web version of it, and there is also a desktop software. So, not only being able to incorporate, your traditional SIP endpoints, but also be able to incorporate users through mobile devices, web clients, etc. As you might expect with a software PBX, this is going to be able to be hosted on virtual machines, on physical machines, PCs, for example, as well as on cloud platforms. We are going to have an API and a SDK available for software UCM. So that will allow you to, integrate it more with other third-party systems that we might not already be compatible with. And like you've seen with CloudUCM and with our UCM series, right away, right out of the box, it will be compliant and able to integrate with a wide variety of different CRM platforms, property management systems, customer service platforms, etc. If you're familiar with CloudUCM, we actually have a whole app store available for CloudUCM. There'll be an app store available for software UCM as well. That will simply list all of the platforms and third-party platforms that we've tested and certified and integrated the device with, that you can right there from that app store setup. And as I mentioned, a variety of plans will be available for software UCM. You'll be able to choose based off of the amount of users you need, and you'll see pricing based on that, again, an annual pricing model. But again, this is our first software IP PBX solution. It's something we're really excited about. Obviously, we've been in the PBX game now basically since the beginning of Grandstream, but the UCM platform specifically has been around for actually about 12 years now. Obviously, it's really, grown and developed a lot over the years. And we now have a software version of it. So for Grandstream PBXs, you have the UCM 6300 series, the on-prem devices. You have CloudUCM for cloud PBX needs, and here we have software UCM, software-based IP PBX. So pretty much covering all of the different PBX needs that you might have, all under the Grandstream roof, allowing you to pick and choose what might be best for your customers. But again, this software UCM is something that many of you have been asking for a while. We're really excited to roll it out. And you'll see it, again, we're going to announce it for beta testing in January, probably just about a month from now, maybe a little bit less, second, third week of January. That beta test will probably roll into February, and then probably around February, at middle to end of February, the product will be, or excuse me, the solution will be officially announced and available. But again, the beta test open to anybody. Anybody can test it out. There's no application process. When we announce it, there'll be a link where you can easily download it and a form where you can provide any feedback that you might have. So again, software UCM, our first software PBX solution. I think that we had in the email that promoted this software PBX, and I think that's one of the really one of the main terms that I think attracted so many of you to attend here today. So again, we're going to roll this out in January for beta. We're really excited to get it out there. Again, providing a software version of our UCM Series PBX solution for anybody, for any businesses, any users looking for a software-based PBX that you can host yourself, giving you full control of it on your own physical machines, virtual machines, or cloud platform. So keep an eye out for software ECM. Again, announcing or being launched for beta in January, and then should be officially available by the end of February. So let's keep moving on here. I think the other term that was in that email that probably attracted many of you to attend here today was Wi-Fi 7. And this is something else that we're really excited about, something we've been developing for the second half of last year. And that is a variety of different Wi-Fi 7 access points. Because we are a member of the Wi-Fi Alliance, all of these devices, just like our Wi-Fi 6 access points, all the Wi-Fi 7 devices will be officially Wi-Fi 7 certified with the Wi-Fi Alliance. But yeah, Wi-Fi 7, the next and the greatest generation of Wi-Fi technology. As I'm sure many of you know, the big thing with Wi-Fi 7 and the big advantage that it offers over previous generations is that it gives you 3 different bands, adding that 6 gigahertz band on top. So these will all be tri-band devices. They will support up to 11 gigabytes per second on the high end. There will be 4 initial models that are releasing in approximately Q1 timeframe. Some of these models will likely go into potentially launching more around April-May timeframe. The first model will launch, or currently we're planning to launch the first Wi-Fi 7 model in February. And again, there'll be indoor models, both kind of really high ends, and then more, we'll call them basic. I don't know if basic's the right word, but a high-end device and kind of a more mid-range device. There's the word I'm looking for. There will be outdoor, as you see the picture on the right there. There will also be an in-wall model. And again, these are just the first 4 Wi-Fi 7 models that we have on access points releasing. There are more that are being developed that you'll see probably towards the end of next year. But we do have a variety of them coming out here within the next couple of months. Again, the first Wi-Fi 7 model that we're releasing will be an indoor model, and it will launch in February. We expect the other 3 models to roll out in March, April, or May. So for your planning, this is something else other than something else we've been getting a lot of questions about and a lot of people asking for. Wi-Fi 7, it's amazing how quickly the Wi-Fi generations evolve. A couple of years ago, we were talking about Wi-Fi 6, and now, it's all on Wi-Fi 7. So we're excited to, within the next couple of months here, roll out these Wi-Fi 7 access points. Again, 4 initial models. There will be more to come later on in the year and into next year. But wanted to get this on everybody's radar for your own planning for next year. Again, Wi-Fi 7, huge buzzword within the industry. It is the latest and greatest in terms of Wi-Fi technology, adds that 3rd band, and we're, again, excited to roll out a variety of models this year that will be Wi-Fi 7 access point and give you access to that tri-band or 3rd band and all of the great other enhancements that Wi-Fi 7 offers. So yeah, keep an eye out for these. We'll provide more information over the next couple of months. The first model is expected to launch by the end of February. Let's keep us going here. We'll kind of stick on the Wi-Fi theme, but we'll look at it in a little bit of a different angle. Hopefully everybody is familiar with our WP series of cordless Wi-Fi P phones. This is a new WP series model that you're going to see launch. This is actually going to launch in probably the 2nd or 3rd week of January. We've already started to ship these models. So this is, of everything we're talking about here today, this is going to, again, this is the, how should I describe it? Of everything we're talking about here today, this is coming out first. So this is it's actually our first Wi-Fi smartphone. All the other WP models that we have are your more traditional cordless phones. This is a full-on smartphone device, runs Android, Wi-Fi 6, has a built-in 1 and 2D barcode scanner, is fully ruggedized, IP65 rated, waterproof, dustproof, drop safe from 1.5 meters, and has a variety of built-in safety alerts and alarms that allow the device to act proactively, communicate to other team members in emergency situations. I'll go into more of that in a second. So again, I think the big thing with this device, and really the thing that's probably going to drive sales the most for it, at least from what we see, is the built-in scanner that it offers, making this really a great option. And we really kind of designed it, I think, for warehouses, for retail stores, obviously for businesses with the Android functionality. It supports 6 different SIP accounts and 6 different lines. But the thing that really kind of differentiates it is the built-in barcode scanner that it offers. Also has a 13 megapixel rear camera. There's a camera on the front, as you can see in the picture. Also supports NFC. So this is a great device for anybody who's moving around a warehouse, who's moving around a store. Healthcare is the other field that I was looking for there. Moving around a doctor's office, moving around a hospital. Also, as I mentioned, ideal for construction sites, for anyone that, enterprises or businesses that have big, larger office spaces. This is truly an all-in-one device. I don't think I need to explain what a smartphone is to everybody. So, giving you everything that you get with a traditional Android smartphone, and we're adding in, the barcode scanner, the ruggedization, these built-in safety alarms to really make it a great option for a lot of the specific verticals that I just mentioned. It is certified with Google Mobile Services, does have an antimicrobial casing. I mentioned the NFC support, 20 hours talk time, 200 hours standby time from a 5,000 mAh battery, USB-C charging. So, I mentioned Android before, like you've seen with our other, our video phones. I think specifically, we don't just run Android, we run an open version of Android. You'll see a lot of other manufacturers in our space that use Android to build their interface, and then they essentially lock it down. And what I mean by that is you won't have access to the software developer kit. You won't be able to get to the Google Play Store and design and download apps from the Google Play Store with other manufacturers. But our device, again, full open Android access, so you'll have full access to the Google Play Store and any app that's in there, which really kind of just makes this a truly customizable device. It could serve a lot of different specific purposes, in addition to the smartphone aspect and the barcode scanner that it offers. There will be an API and an SDK available for this device, so you can also create your own apps and your own solutions with it. And the built-in safety alerts and alarms, with the built-in accelerometer that it offers and variety of the other sensors that are in the device, has the ability to recognize when it's dropped, when somebody might be running, when it's not in movement, when there's ambient noise in the background, etc., and be able to then send alerts to other users on the network, other team members, to ensure that everyone's safe and secure. And that's really a big feature, or a big requirement with a lot of warehouses, construction sites, even hospitals as well. So this is a WP856, WP856. Our newest will be the newest model of our WP series, but technically the first true Wi-Fi smartphone that we've come out with. This will be released, as I mentioned earlier, second or third week of January. So of everything we're talking about here today, this is coming out the soonest. It is currently shipping. It wouldn't shock me if by the end of the year or early January, you might see it popping up on some of your, as an option to order from wherever you're ordering your Grandstream products from. So yes, WP856, something else we're really excited about, something we've been working on in the background for a little while. We're really excited to roll it out. Again, our first Wi-Fi smartphone, the newest member of the WP856, runs Wi-Fi 6, has the built-in barcode scanner, runs Open Android version 13, fully ruggedized. So yeah, keep an eye out for this in January, and we'll hold some more webinars around that time to give you more information, kind of go more specifically through the vertical usage and some of the deployment scenarios for this device. So we'll keep moving along here, and actually we're pretty much coming pretty quickly to a close here. What we talked about so far was really kind of the focus of today's event in terms of giving you an idea of what's to come and kind of what we think is really going to be the most impactful new products in 2025. Started out with software UCM. Then we told you about the Wi-Fi 7 access points that we're developing, which I think those two are specifically the two biggest new products that will have a major impact for all of us next year. Told you about the WP856, a great Wi-Fi smartphone with a lot of great vertical solutions and deployment scenarios. And we'll wrap up here by giving you an idea of some of the other stuff that you'll see more towards the middle to the end of next year. So we've got some additional new Wi-Fi 6 routers that you'll see actually potentially towards the end of March, April, May, somewhere in there. And these new Wi-Fi 6 routers have a different form factor, a new form factor for us. I think when you see them, you'll think they look a lot more like a consumer device, really sleek, a lot smaller than the ones that we have right now. So excited to roll those out. Again, Wi-Fi 6 routers, a new form factor that you'll see here within the next 3, 4, 5 months. I told you about the WP856. There are more WP models coming next year, both in the more traditional cordless phone form factor that you're used to from our previous WP models, as well as an additional option for a Wi-Fi smartphone. Those cordless Wi-Fi phones have been specifically on the UC side for us the fastest growing product category. Within the UC side, it really is a great it's a great option for modern communications, as everybody's roaming around the office or going back and forth between the office and home, and these devices require very little setup and can work pretty much anywhere, or literally anywhere where a Wi-Fi connection is available. So yeah, again, that's our fastest growing product category on the UC side are those cordless Wi-Fi phones. Also next year, you'll see a couple of different new facility management solutions from us. The one specific that I can tell you about right now, that's probably, we'll say more around the middle of next year, is a new high-powered intercom speaker that we're working on. There are a couple of other additional facility management or related solutions that we're working on that I think a lot of you will be pretty excited about as an update to something we've had for a little while. But that's all I'm going to tell you about for now. We'll cover that more probably in a couple of months in our next sneak peek webinar. We've got some more layer 2 and layer 3 switches coming out, a couple of different additional multi-gigabit options for both of those as well. We also have some new switching solutions coming out. I think some of you have heard in the past, we've talked about some point-to-point stuff that we're working on, and I expect that you'll see some news on that probably around closer to the middle of 2025. So yeah, that's kind of a rundown of everything that we're developing, that we're working on, what we're spending our time over here at Grandstream on, all the new stuff that you're going to see rolling out here within the next couple of months, all the way toward the middle, I would say, of the year. So yeah, lots of cool stuff as you're probably used to with us. We're always developing new stuff. We're always looking to, add features, to add solutions that allow us and you all to do a lot more. One of the best things about Grandstream is that we make such a wide variety of products. You can create entire deployments entirely with Grandstream solutions, and we continue to really double down on that to create more and more to allow you to do more and more while having decentralized management solutions, GDMS specifically, to be able to manage all of it, whether you're on the UC side or the Wi-Fi side, or if you're doing both. So yeah, that's pretty much what we had planned here for you today. And that wraps up our webinar. Thanks again for everybody for joining. Again, something we like to do every couple of months. We'll probably do this again. I'm going to say in about March, usually about every 3 or 4 months. We'll hold a coming soon webinar to give you an idea of what's to come. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Again, told you about software UCM, our new software-based PBX, rolling out for beta in January, rolling out officially in February. Told you about Wi-Fi 7 access points, 4 different models initially that'll be rolling out within the first 2, 3, 4 months of the year. Told you about WP856, our first Wi-Fi smartphone. And then, on that last screen there, gave you an idea of some other stuff that you're going to see from us throughout the year. Some more WPs, some more Wi-Fi routers, some new facility management solutions, some new switching options, mainly. So yeah, that is it. Wanted to get you in and out pretty fast here today. Again, we'll provide more details and additional webinars and additional content that we're going to release on all of these new products within the next couple of months, if not sooner. Today's pretty much just giving you an overview of what we're working on and what is coming out soon. So yeah, we'll wrap it up. If you have any questions, feel free to type them over to the chat. Hugh's been in the chat, and I'll hang around here for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes or so and answer any other questions that might come in through the chat. Just again, keep in mind that we're only kind of answering basic questions at this point, because most of these products are still in development or in the final stages of development. Before I wrap up, want to say happy holidays, happy new year to everybody out there. We're always extremely grateful when you take some time out of your schedule to spend some time with us and learn about, what we're doing, and, how we can all work together and create opportunities for each other. And we especially appreciate that this time of year, 6 days before Christmas, New Year's is in a couple of weeks. Know that, it's a really popular vacation time of the year. I think we're all heading in that direction. So again, want to thank everybody for taking some time out of your schedule, especially during the holidays. It means a lot to us. And we want to wish everybody out there happy holidays, happy new year. And we can't wait to, continue working with all of you next year and beyond. And as always, if there's anything we can do for you, anything we might be able to help you out with, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help. We do better when you do better. So with that, I'll wrap up today's webinar. This was recorded. We will send out a copy of the recording either today or tomorrow. Feel free to share that recording with anyone who may not have been able to join. Anyone who did sign up and didn't join the live webinar here today will get a copy of the full audio video recording. So yeah, that's it. Once again, thanks everyone for joining. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Hope to see you again soon. Take care.